LaVaughn Robinson Obama is an American attorney and author who served as First Lady of the United States from 2009 to 2017. She was the first African. She is married to former President Barack Obama. Now I think it's one of the most useless questions an adult can ask a child. What do you want to be when you grow up? As if growing up is finite. As if at some point you become something and that's the end. If you don't get out there and define yourself, you'll be quickly and inaccurately defined by others. You can't make decisions based on fear and the possibility of what might happen. For me, becoming isn't about arriving somewhere or achieving a certain aim. I see it instead as forward motion, a means of evolving, a way to reach continuously toward a better self. The journey doesn't end. Do we settle for the world as it is, or do we work for the world as it should be? He is always asking, is that new? I haven't seen that before. It's like, why don't you mind your own business? Solve world hunger. Get out of my closet. Failure is a feeling long before it becomes an actual result. It's a vulnerability that breeds with self-doubt and then is escalated, often deliberately, by fear. Friendships between women, as any woman will tell you, are built of 1,000 small kindnesses, swapped back and forth and over again. Your story is what you have, what you will always have. It is something to own. Everyone on earth, they tell us, was carrying around an unseen history, and that alone deserved some tolerance. We should always have 3 friends in our lives: one who walks ahead, who we look up to and follow, one who walks beside us, who is with us every step of our journey, and then one who we reach back for and bring along after we've cleared the way. His money went largely toward books, which to him were like sacred objects, providing ballast for his mind. At 54, I am still in progress, and I hope that I always will be. Even if we didn't know the context, we were instructed to remember that context existed. Everyone on earth, they tell us. The choice, as he saw it, was this: you give up or you work for change. What's better for us? Barack called to the people gathered in the room. Do we settle for the world as it is, or do we work for the world as it should be? Just do what works for you, because there will always be someone who thinks differently. People who are truly strong lift others up. People who are truly powerful bring others together. I have had to learn that my voice has value, and if I don't use it, what's the point of being in the room? A happy marriage can be a vexation, that it's a contract best renewed and renewed again, even quietly and privately, even alone. I didn't want them ever to believe that life began when the man of the house arrived home. We didn't wait for Dad. It was his job now to catch up with us. I began to understand that his version of hope reached far beyond mine. It was one thing to get yourself out of a sticky place, I realized. It was another thing entirely to try and get the place itself unstuck. It's all a process, steps along a path. Becoming requires equal parts patience and rigor. Becoming is never giving up on the idea that there's more growing to be done. I wasn't going to let one person's opinion dislodge everything I thought I knew about myself. Instead, I switched my method without changing my goal. I was deeply, delightfully in love with a guy whose forceful intellect and ambition could possibly end up swallowing mine. Here's a memory, which, like most memories, is imperfect and subjective, collected long ago like a beach pebble and slipped into the pocket of my mind. Empower yourselves with a good education, then get out there and use that education to build a country worthy of your boundless promise. I hate diversity workshops. Real change comes from having enough comfort to be really honest and say something very uncomfortable. Focus on what you can control. Be a good person every day. Vote. Read. Treat one another kindly. Follow the law. Don't tweet nasty stuff. I'm not done. I'm too young to stop. When someone is cruel or acts like a bully, you don't stoop to their level. No, our motto is, when they go low, we go high. Your story is what you have, what you will always have. It is something to own. Am I good enough? Yes, I am. Men who are truly role models don't need to put down women to make themselves feel powerful. If there's one thing I've learned in life, it's the power of using your voice. Success isn't about how much money you make, it's about the difference you make in people's lives. The one way to get me to work my hardest was to doubt me. Let's just be clear, you don't want to be with a boy who's too stupid to know and appreciate a smart young lady. There are still many causes worth sacrificing for, so much history yet to be made. You don't have to be somebody different to be important. You are important in your own right. For every door that's been opened to me, I've tried to open my door to others. I am still in progress, and I hope that I always will be.